3, 2, 1. Friday free-for-all, huh? So you think you can handle a free-for-all, do you? I love American rhythm and blues and rock and roll. Never before have I turned on you. You look too good to me. Your beady eyes, they can cut me in two, and I just can't let you be. It's a free-for-all, and I heard it said, you can bet your life the stakes are high, and so am I. It's in the air tonight. Anyhow, my guitar does not gently weep. In fact, by the way, John Stubbins is our guest here on the Nightly Nuge. And Keith, I got to tell you, this is going to be the greatest tour of my life. The Ted Nugent Adios Mofo 23, unleashing all across the eastern half, this side of the Mississippi, in July and August. Thank you, real music lovers, for supporting this outrageous, flame-throwing musical dream of mine. But we're doing a military benefit in Walnut Springs, Texas, at a Rattlesnake Ranch on May 19 and 20. Rattlesnake Ranch in Walnut Springs, Texas, a benefit for the U.S. military veterans with the Nugent Jam Band, John Kutz on drums, Johnny Big on bass guitar, absolute animals. I had to talk to their parole officers just to get them to the gig. These guys play with so much piss and vinegar and heart and soul. Walnut Springs, the Rattlesnake Ranch, a benefit for the U.S. military veterans on May 19 and 20. My guitar will not gently weep. And if you have some livestock that is hesitating to breed, bring them. They'll go nuts, and it'll be a tsunami of breeding going on. That's what my music does.
I love that. Hey, and John, you have a big event coming up just right after that on May 21st. Going to be a little country music there. I hate to disappoint my man, Ted. But
John's band is actually rhythm and blues, believe me.
But John, tell us about your event on May 21st down there at John Rich's house. Tell us about what's going to go on at the event and why it's so important that our listeners help you out and show up down there. What's it going to?
Well, we have 150 tickets available, so it's a very small, intimate event. Okay, and people can go online and get tickets for that today.
Where do they go, John?
They can go to johnstubbins.com, and when they get to the site, just click on the events tab, and it's right there. And they can buy tickets to the event. There's VIP and general admission. But what they'll get, if they're VIP, they're going to get a brand new guitar signed by all the artists. Everybody who's coming is going to get a wonderful catered dinner, open bar. And by the way, John Rich has an amazing house. This thing overlooks the entire city of Nashville. It's just amazing. Cigars. Everybody's going to get cigars. We're going to have a silent auction. We're going to be honoring several Special Forces heroes at the event. But the whole reason for the event is a fundraiser for the documentary so that we can get it out to the American people before next year's election. Okay. And the people that are going to be in this documentary, I'd love to interview Ted for this as well. I've got, President Trump, John Solomon, James Rosen, Devin Nunes, Jim Jordan, Attorney General Ken Paxton, Sid Miller, good friends of mine. And so, look, this is so critical, and I need your help, America. I don't ask for anything. I'm a disabled veteran on my own who hosts my show, and I'm too proud to ask for help. But this one time, I'm begging you for your help so that I can get this documentary to you, because it's going to move the needle, and I'm going to expose these liars, these evildoers. Jason Cole has partnered with me from Arsenal Media Group, and we're going to make you an amazing documentary. It might be one of the best of all time. I guarantee you, we're not going to pull any punches. This is critical.
Ed, it's crazy times, but one of the things that you and I have talked about before is music seems to bring us all together. I'm a big fan of live music. I just happened to hear today that, Peter Frampton, one of your contemporaries, has gone through some health issues, but he's actually going to go back out on the road and do a tour. I know you're going out this year. I know people talk about in terms of classic rock. But, I don't think people fully realize how blessed that we were to be born in this time period. I know there was some great musics before, but about the time you picked up the guitar and a lot of your contemporaries, this truly is the golden age of great music. So what's your thought on all these people going out just like yourself? What's the importance of that?
Well, music has always been the universal communication of mankind. I'm sure the first time Gore in the cave in prehistoric times when he killed a beast to protect his family, and he stretched that skin over a framework, and he pulled back his bow and got a twang and thumped that skin and made a drum beat. That was the first rock and roll rhythm and blues celebration. Then I'm sure he bred all night long. The point being is that music is an important element to quality of life, and even some of that music that I don't care for, it resonates with people. And whether I don't even know the artist's name, some of it I can't stand, but they're packing stadiums and people get in a trance, so to speak. It's an escape. It's a sanctuary. And I, once again, just thank everybody. I started playing my music around 1956, 1957, and 1967, and 77, and 87, 97, 2007. I'm playing it in 2023 with Jason Hartless on drums and Greg Smith on the bass guitar. Just unbelievably gifted, talented, work ethic monsters of musicality. All my bands have been filled with the best musicians that ever walked the earth. And when we perform, and because before I'm a musician, I'm a music lover, it is best described as out of body. When I begin a guitar lick, all my songs begin with a spontaneous, primal, instinctive, unleashed, out-of-body, stream of conscious lick. All my rhythms, all my grooves come from Chuck Berry and Bo Diddley and Little Richard, and certainly Howlin' Wolf and Muddy Waters and Lightnin' Hopkins, and emphasized by the Motown groove and tightness and that work ethic of James Brown and the Wilson Pickett's, those black artists that emoted an authoritative music that could never have come from a white guy, because they came from the heart-shattering horror of slavery and then the celebration of free at last. That's where Chuck Berry became electrified. So that music is alive and well, and there are still some great bands. John Rich is a perfect example. He's kind of new compared to me, been around a long time with Big and Rich, but his band played Cat Scratch Fever, Johnny B. Good, and Stranglehold with me one night, and I wouldn't call that a country band. I would call that a rhythm and blues rock and roll band. And when I toured with Toby Keith, that's a rhythm and blues rock and roll band. They play a different kind of music. Hank Williams plays Cat Scratch Fever every night. Toby Keith plays Stranglehold every night. Kid Rock plays Cat Scratch Fever every night, because those authentic Chuck Berry offspring licks are really primal. They're raw, they're honest. I've never sat down to write a song. I'm not Bon Jovi, thank God. And God bless Bon Jovi. He's selling out stadiums. I guess he's one of the richest guys in the world because he has honed a formula to address an audience that likes that kind of music, and I salute him. I salute him on all those levels. But I'd rather listen to an AC/DC or a ZZ Top or an Aerosmith or a Ted Nugent band or a Ronnie Montrose or a Sammy Hagar, or what the Van Halen represented, what the original Journey and all these rock and roll offspring, Bob Seger, certainly Kid Rock, all these offsprings of Chuck Berry and Bo Diddley. That is so authentic. Yeah. None of those artists wanted to be a rock star. They wanted to play killer music. So that's why people keep coming. And this is my last organized tour. I've done it for over 65 years. In 2023, it's going to be the Adios Mofo tour for Ted Nugent and Greg and Jason and I. It's going to be the best tour of my life with the biggest, greasiest, nastiest guitar sounds you've ever heard in your life. It'll be the tightest, most dynamic band in the history of noise. And then I will continue making music, but not in organized tours, because I hate travel. I hate hotels. They're like jail. I've got to be with my dogs in Shemaine every night. I've got 12 grandkids. I've got children. I've got a responsibility to teach my grandkids how to aim small, miss small, and turn critters into family-sized portions. So as a wonderful grandfather, I have responsibilities that supersede my cravings to go on the road and avoid that god-awful travel. So thank you, everybody. Ted Nugent, Adios Mofo 23. And band, an unbelievable military veteran jam session benefit concert in Walnut Springs, Texas on May 19 and 20. Then I go to Las Vegas and do a corporate gig with Jack Blades and Robin Zander and Matt Sorum and a bunch of killer musicians. So my music will never stop, but I'm not going to stay in a hotel room ever again.
So, hey, John, tell us some of your favorite Nugent songs.
Oh man, if my partner Mark was here, because I already know this, I've already told Ted this. Snakeskin Cowboys would be right up there. Number one, Motor City Madhouse, Great White Buffalo. Over on the spot here.
Great lick.
Dog Eat Dog. Dog Eat Dog.
Dog Eat Dog, what a great lick. Sabotage on downtown street. Police cars overturned. You can't do nothing to beat that heat. 'Cause if you don't, you'll get burned. Dog, dog, dog eat dog. Dog, dog, dog eat dog. What a great song!
Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know where you can see Ted in the Adios Mofo tour, you got to go to tednugent.com. While you're there, look at the hat Ted's wearing. Ted, can they buy that hat?
Yeah, they can get this hat, and they can also get this hat that is the ultimate love song hat right there. That hat is available at tednugent.com. And when people wear this hat in Austin, Texas, the dirtbags part like the Red Sea before Moses. So stand up for what you believe in. Go to tednugent.com and say it loud and proud. Let your freak flag fly.
Amen.
And go to johnstubbins.com. johnstubbins.com. Get your tickets to his event May 21st. At John Rich's house. You're going to have a great time. And in fact, you may even see me there. I'm planning on going myself. Hey, John, will you stick around one more day? Because tomorrow it's the weekend edition. We're going to talk about hunting. And I want to ask both of you guys how important it is that listeners join Hunter Nation. Let's talk about that tomorrow on the weekend edition right here on the Nightly Nuge. See you boys tomorrow.
Hallelujah.